बेहद ही वड्डी ते अहम खबर जिथे सवेर तो ही हर एक शख्स दियां निगाहां हर एक व्यक्ति दियां निगाहां टिकियां हुई ने कि आखिर कौन कैनेडा दे विच बाजी मारेगा, किस दे हथ कैनेडा दी सत्ता होवेगी ते कौन हुण कैनेडा दा प्रधानमंत्री बनेगा, जिसनूं लैके सवेर तो ही एक गर्म हॉट टॉपिक बनया होया, जिसनूं लैके लगातार चर्चावां चल रही ने ते अज इसकी गिणती चलती पई सी वोटां दी तां देखिया जा रहा सी कि लिबरल पार्टी ते कंजरवेटिव पार्टी दे विच तगड़ा मुकाबला ते लिबरल पार्टी जो है वह काफ़ी अगे भी चल रही सी ते कियास लगाए जा रहे सी कि शायद लिबरल पार्टी ही इस दे विच इस वारी जित हासिल कर सकती है। सो हुण नतीजे साफ हो चुके हैं, नतीजे जो है सामने आ चुके हैं ते लिबरल पार्टी की जे गल करिए ते मार्क कार्नी ने 167 सीटां अपने नाम कर लिया ने ते उत्थे ही गल करिए कंजरवेटिव पार्टी दी तां 147 सीटां हथ लगी कंजरवेटिव पार्टी नूं ते एनडीपी दे जगमीत सिंह जिहड़े ने उन्हां दे हथ 24 सीटां लगियां ने। शुरू तो ही वेख्या जा रहा सी लिबरल पार्टी जो है काफ़ी अगे चल रही सी ते उन्हां दे हथ भी सीटां उन्नियां ही लगियां ने जिन्नियां गल कीती जा रही सी। 167 सीटां उन्हां दे हथ लगियां ने। दूजे पासे गल करिए एनडीपी तो जगमीत सिंह दी ते वो शुरू तो ही देखा गया कि वो काफ़ी पीछे चल रही सी ते 24 सीटां उन्हां दे हथ लगियां। कड़े मुकाबले तगड़े मुकाबले की गल करिए तां लिबरल ते कंजरवेटिव पार्टी जो है उन्हां दे विच काफ़ी तगड़ा मुकाबला शुरू तो ही वेख्या जा रहा सी। शुरू तो ही जदों वोटां की गिणती चल रही सी उदों तो ही वेख्या जा रहा सी दोहां दे विच काफ़ी तगड़ा मुकाबला चल रहा सी तां अजिहा ही कुछ होया जिस दे विच लिबरल पार्टी ने 167 सीटां अपने नाम कर लियां ते दूजे पासे कंजरवेटिव पार्टी की गल करिए तो उन्होंने 147 सीटां अपने नाम कर लियां ने ते उत्थे ही एनडीपी की गल करदे हां तां जगमीत सिंह दे वल्लों वेख्या गया सी लगातार एक गल चल रही सी वो पीछे चल रहे हैं तो उदां ही कुछ होया है 24 सीटां उन्हां दे हथ लगियां तां नतीजे जो है साफ हो चुके ने कि लिबरल पार्टी ने ऐतकी कैनेडा दे विच अपनी जगह बना ली है, कैनेडा की सत्ता नूं अपने हथ कर लिया है। तां सवेर तो ही जिस दे विच लगातार चर्चावां सी जिस गल नूं लैके गल्लां कीतियां जा रही सी कियास लगाए जा रहे सी कि आखिर कौन जितेगा तो अजिहा ही वेख्या गया। लिबरल पार्टी जो कि शुरू तो ही अगे चल रही सी ते गल की जा रही सी कि शायद इस बार मार्क कार्नी की अगवाई दे विच जदों पार्टी अगे आई है तो उसके हथ सत्ता आ सकती है लग सकती है ते इन्नियां ही 167 सीटां जेकर जित जाते हैं तो जिहड़ी सत्ता है इन्हां दे हथ हो सकती है। तो अजिहा ही कुछ होया ते हुण जदों नतीजे साफ हो चुके ने तो पता लग चुका है कि लिबरल पार्टी ने अपनी जगह बना ली है, अपनी जगह जो है उत्थे एक कायम कर ली है ते कैनेडा दे विच अपनी सरकार बनाउण दे विच कामयाब हो गए है।
Just over a week ago, Albertans voted on a clear question. Should Section 36(2) of the Constitution Act 1982, Parliament and the Government of Canada's commitment to the principle of making equalization payments, be removed from the Constitution? Today, we have heard the results. A clear majority, 62% of Albertans have rejected the fundamentally unfair equalization program. In other words, 62% of Albertans are demanding a fair deal in the Canadian Federation. It received majority support in virtually every region of the province, in large urban centres, in mid-sized cities, and in small rural communities. Later today, I will be tabling a motion in the Legislative Assembly to ratify these results, which, if passed, will formally initiate a constitutional amendment negotiation. This is based on the very clear language of the Supreme Court of Canada in its 1998 secession reference, in which the Supreme Court said that the constitutional right of each participant in the Federation to initiate constitutional change must be recognized, and that this right implies a reciprocal duty on the other participants to engage in discussions to address any legitimate initiative to change the constitutional order. Albertans are and always have been proud Canadians. In many ways, I believe Albertans are big Canadians, generous Canadians. And in many ways, Alberta is the most Canadian of the 10 provinces because of the huge migration to this province from across the country, from Newfoundland to British Columbia, hundreds of thousands of Canadians have come to Alberta to work hard and to pursue opportunity, to be part of our opportunity society. And Albertans are proud to have played a major role in Canadian prosperity, to have shared so much of our good fortune and hard work and the benefit of our natural resource wealth with other parts of Canada when times have been good here but bad elsewhere. In fact, Alberta taxpayers, through their federal taxes, have contributed over $630 billion net more to the rest of the country than they received back in federal benefits and transfers since the mid-1960s. $200 billion more in net contributions made by Alberta taxpayers to Ottawa in the last decade alone. Even while we were going through a period of deep economic adversity, the recession that began in 2015, Albertans continued to make a net contribution to the Federation in the range of $20 billion a year. And again, Albertans have always been proud to share much of their good fortune with the rest of the country. But all we have asked for, and what we are saying with these referendum results, is that we must have a fair deal. If Ottawa and our fellow provinces want to benefit from the hard work and the resources of Albertans, then Ottawa must allow us to develop those resources, to grow our economy. Instead, what we have faced is an endless series of discriminatory legislation and policies that have impeded Alberta's economy, undermined our constitutional authority, including our ownership and control of our own natural resources. And all of this has resulted in tens of thousands of lost jobs, of dreams dashed, of people moving from prosperity in too many cases to despair. Today's results speak clearly about that frustration. Federal laws and policies that have singled out Alberta, like, for example, the tanker ban, the first time in Canadian history that the Government of Canada has specified one product to be banned for export, a product that is only produced in Alberta. A clear and direct attack on our economic interests. Bill C-69, the so-called new Federal Environmental Assessment Act, we call it the No More Pipelines Law, a clear violation of Alberta's exclusive constitutional authority under Section 92A of the Constitution. A critical win by Premier Peter Lougheed, the recognition that in each province the legislature may exclusively make laws in relation to exploration for non-renewable resources in the province, without which Alberta would not have ratified the 1982 Constitution Act. And yet that essential power, so critically important for our prosperity, is under direct attack from Ottawa. The Trudeau government's killing of the Northern Gateway pipeline, their killing effectively through regulation of the Energy East pipeline project, their abject surrender to the presidential veto of the Keystone XL pipeline, watching other provinces now being given effective vetoes over interprovincial pipelines while importing energy from overseas. Other provinces banning development of natural resources and thereby benefiting under the current unfair equalization formula. While Albertans contribute typically $20 billion a year, the Government of Quebec receiving $13 billion a year in equalization payments while expressing a political veto over oil and gas pipelines and refusing to develop its own resources. These are just some of the aspects of unfairness that have caused Albertans for so many years to demand basic respect and to demonstrate a respect not only for our economic aspirations, but for the Constitution of Canada. And so this is a powerful statement today, a democratic statement where Albertans are demanding to be respected. They're demanding that the jurisdiction of this province under the Canadian Constitution be respected, and demanding that we be able to develop this economy and responsibly develop our resources so that, yes, the rest of Canada can continue to benefit from Alberta's future prosperity. So later today, I will be tabling, as I say, a motion in the legislature to ratify these referendum results and to initiate the amendment process. And we fully expect the Prime Minister to respect the constitutional amendment process and to sit down and negotiate with Alberta in good faith. Of course, our focus ultimately, as I say, is a fair deal, a broader reform of the system of fiscal federalism, a retroactive lifting of the fiscal stabilization program cap to recognize the huge adversity that Alberta has faced in recent years, the repeal or substantial amendment of the No More Pipelines law, the repeal of the discriminatory tanker ban, which targets this province alone.
It will be an honor to continue to fight for you and to be a champion of your cause as we go forward.
It would be a great honor to continue to fight for you because it has been an honor to be your voice, to fight for conservative values, the values for which you voted, and it will be an honor to continue to try and restore the promise of Canada, that anyone who works hard can have a great life in an affordable home, in a safe community. That is our vision, and we will bring it home.